Hello dear student, today we are going to discuss about some other terms regarding to the variation in genetics chapter. Last time we discussed some basic character regarding to the genetics. Now we are going to some other terms. The first term that is called holoandric character. The term holo means complete, androus means male. The character which are completely male, like male only transfer their Y chromosome to their son, to his son. So the characters which are present on Y chromosomes only transfer to the son, not to the daughter. These type of characters are known as holoandric character. Again, the son transfer this Y-related character to its son, and his son also transfer character regarding to the Y to the son, not to the daughter. This character is called holoandric character. The term which is called criss-cross transmission. Criss-cross transmission. What is the meaning of criss-cross transmission? Male transfer their X chromosome or X related character to other male, but through female. How? For example, this is the father the male transfer their X to his daughter. Means father never transfers X to son. Never transfers X to son. And now this is the daughter married with another male. For example, this is the X which is transferred from this father to this daughter. This daughter married with a male. So this daughter transfers its X to her male child. Means this X is actually of this male. From this male, this X transferred to this female or daughter, and from the daughter, this X transferred to the son of offspring. This type of transmission is called criss-cross transmission. Means male can transfer X related character to other male, but not directly. In between two males, one generation is female. This type of transmission is called criss-cross transmission. But directly, when male transfer Y, it will be a son. When male transfer X, it will be daughter. So in the last lecture, we already discussed about the law of segregation. Law of segregation are monohybrid cross or single trait inheritance, in which you observe that the phenotypic ratio means the physical appearance of an organism is 3:1. Means out of 4 child, 3 are contain dominant character and 1 contain recessive character. So means the ratio is 75:25. Now we are going to discuss about another law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment, when we are discussing about more than one character. The characters are 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we are discussing about the more character, that law would be known as law of independent assortment. You can call it di or tri or tetrahybrid cross. Means how more than one character transfer from parents to offspring. That law would be known as law of independent assortment. Independent means the characters are independent. They are not dependent on each other. And assortment means arrangement or separation. Assortment means arrangement or separation. For example, in a law of segregation, we discuss about the only single character, that is called height, means tall and dark. Now we are going to discuss about the two characters. For example, color of cotyledon is yellow and shape of seed is a round. Round is a dominant character, yellow is the dominant character. As you know, we indicate dominant character with a capital letter. For example, yellow indicate by a capital Y. And as you know, a single organism contains two copies of a single gene. That is called allele. For example, two allele for this character and two allele for this character. Is crossed with the another. For example, you consider this organism as a male and this organism as a female. As you know, the Mendel work on garden pea. Green is the recessive character of yellow. So the recessive character are indicated by small y. And as you know, two alleles, normally two alleles for a single character present in single organism. And wrinkle is the recessive character of round. So we can indicate a wrinkle through a small r. When we are going to form a gametes, as you know, the gametes are haploid cells. So one character from or one allele from this character and one allele from this character. Means these are the gametes. All the gametes form like that. And one character from here and one character from here. These are the gametes. When these gametes cross with each other to form an individual which is actually yellow and round, because capital Y indicate yellow and small y indicate green, but capital Y is dominant over small y. So phenotypical, capital Y appear in the organisms and capital R, which is round, dominant over small r, which is wrinkled. Phenotypically, capital R shows. So this is called F1 generation. As you know, the F means filial, filial means offspring. F1 generation, this is F1 generation, means the first generation. And as you know, the Mendel did self-fertilization. Mendel did self-fertilization, means it takes this kind of organisms. So now here we are going to discuss further it, how characters are independently assorted. And how gamete formation for F2 generation will happen. For example, we take this kind of flower. In flower contain stamens and carpels. The stamens are like that and carpels are like that. For example, this is the stamen and this is the carpel, a same flower. When we are going to form gametes. For example, one character contains two alleles, but one gamete contains one allele only. So, two possibilities of this character. One gamete contains capital Y and other gamete contains small y. And one gamete contains capital R and other gamete contains capital or small r. So, there are the two possibilities of this character and two possibilities of this character. 2 into 2, 4. In the same way, the 4 means there are 4 types of gametes will form. How? Maybe capital Y carried capital R with it and capital Y carry small r, and small r may carry capital R and small y carry small r. In the same way, here are the gametes of female or carpels. So you should recall the fourth point of Walter-Sutton theory. According to the Walter-Sutton theory, the chromosome pair arrange themselves at equatorial plane independent of any other pair. Means it is not necessary that the F1 generation or the gamete of F1 generation carried capital Y and capital R and small y small r. Here our gametes are independently arranged. Some gametes carry capital Y and capital R, but some gametes carry capital Y but small r. So it is not necessary that capital Y only carries capital R. So this is called independent arrangement during gamete formation or during metaphase of meiosis 1. So here are the 4 gametes of male and 4 gametes of female. 4 into 4, 16. So the possibilities of a child are 16. Means 16 type of offspring will form. For example, we form 16 columns. Each column shows one baby. For example, you can write the gametes of male from here, and you can write the gametes of female from this side. This is a female and this is male. There are the possibilities. The gamete of male of this type may fuse with this type of gamete. So baby will form. Maybe the male gamete of this type react with or fuse with this type of gamete of female, and maybe this type of gamete of male fuse with this type of gamete of female, and maybe this type of gamete fuse with this type. Now all the possibilities of this gamete we written here, and now we are going to discuss about all the possibility of this gamete. Maybe this gamete react with fuse with this gamete, maybe this with this, maybe with this, or maybe with this. For example, when this gamete fuse with this gamete, this baby will form, and when this gamete fuse with this gamete, this type of baby will form, and when this gamete fuse with this type of baby will form, and ultimate. Now, what is the possibility of this gamete? The last one, for example, first of all, according to the Mendel, the phenotypic ratio of dihybrid cross is 9:3:1. Means 9 out of 16 are yellow and round. 3 out of 16, as I told you earlier, the possibilities of a babe is a 16 type. 3 out of 16 yellow and wrinkled, and 3 out of 16 green and round, and 1 out of 16 green and wrinkled. Means only one baby out of 16 contain both recessive characters. This is the possibility. Means, as you know, the phenotypic ratio of last segregation is 3:1. Means 75% of offspring contain dominant character and 25% offspring contain recessive character. Now we are discussing about the two dihybrid cross. We are taking one character individually. As you know, the 9 we are taking only one character. For example, we are first of all we are focused on only the color, not on the shape. For example, 9 out of 16 are round, and 3 out of 16 yellow. 9 out of 16 yellow and 3 out of 16 yellow. The total offspring which contain dominant characters are 12. 3 out of 16 is green and 1 out of 16 is green. So 4 offspring contain recessive character. The ratio will be same, 75 and 25. If we consider single character, in the same way, if we taking another character, 9 out of 16 are round, 3 out of 16 are round. These are the 12 offspring out of 16. 3 out of 16 wrinkled, 1 out of 16 wrinkled, 4. The same ratio. See, we are also focusing on taste cross. We conclude from this information that if both the parents are heterozygous, result will be 75-25. How? When this gamete fuse with this gamete, this is star. When this gamete fuse with this is star. When this gamete fuse with this is star. Means 3 out of 4 are tall. Means 75% population are tall, contain dominant character. And 25 means 1% or one offspring. 25% out of all offspring contain recessive characters. So how we conclude that 9 out of 16 are yellow round? For example, as you know, the capital letter dominant over recessive letter. For example, this is yellow and round, this is yellow and round. Round R capital dominant over R small. Y capital dominant with the yellow and round, yellow and round, yellow and round, yellow and round. 5 yellow and round. This is the wrinkle. This is yellow and round. Y capital, R capital. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. 9 are yellow and brown. So 3 are yellow and wrinkled. For example, this is yellow character and this is wrinkle character, because both allele are recessive, and this is yellow because capital Y dominant over small y, yellow and wrinkled, and yellow and wrinkled 3, and 3 out of 16 green and brown. For example, both the alleles are small, green and brown. Green R is dominant over small r, round. Green and round. And the last one, which is 1 out of 16, is green and wrinkled. So if you want to understand the genotypic ratio, this is the phenotypic ratio. No one explained you the genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross. I am going to explain you that the genotype. The genotypic ratio is 1:2, ratio 1, ratio 2, ratio 4, ratio 2, ratio 1, ratio 2 and ratio 1. For example, genotypically this type of organism is only one. No one like that. Genotypically, genetically. And these two organisms, this and this, both have capital Y in capital R and small y R. So here is the 2, and both capital Y, both small r. This is 1, and this and this. One capital Y and one small y, but both capital R. This is, and these 4 are same, and this one is 2 and 1, and these 2 1, and the last one. This is the genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross. Thank you.